Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. I got to find John. Oh, here he is. So, stop. Do not move.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please stand for our color guard.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
John, can you open up that door, please? Can you open that door? It's going to get hot in here. They can come in. Right, worshipful sirs, brethren all, family and friends of Freemasonry, good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out on this odd weekend where we had snow and then also close to 50-degree weather for our annual installation of officers. It's a great tradition that we have here. And every single year, our family keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now, we had to add some extra chairs, so it's a good sign of the state of our lodge. We had a wonderful year with many achievements. I won't name them all, but I think the biggest one is the fact that our family continues to grow and we're able to impact our community more and more every single year. This year, after about let's say going back to last year when I came back into the officer line, after about a 5-year hiatus, we were looking to see what the leadership of the lodge was going to be like over the next few years. I was asked to step up to the mantle and take the helm for a year, and it was an honor and pleasure to do it for the second time. When I first came back and got involved again, getting to meet the officers, got to meet Trevison. I didn't really know much about him, but to take words from Prince Edward, the fact that the men in the lodge loved him was all I needed to know about the type of man he was. So as I leave the East for the second time, I know the lodge is in great hands because the men look up to him as a true leader. So to our successor, Trevison, I congratulate you on your ascension. That's coming up in the next couple minutes. And I'd like to thank everyone again for the honor to serve this lodge for the second time. Thank you. Right Worshipful Gattoni, if you would join me in the East, please. Right Worshipful Sir, I tender you the gavel of Theodore Roosevelt East to wield as you see fit. Thank you.
Good evening, brethren. Good evening. I will save my greetings and formal comments for the end. Before we turn it over to the installation team, I'd like to do a few introductions of the Grand Lodge officers present. With us this evening, we have Right Worshipful Ronald W. Lahr, the District Ritual Instructor of the 10th Masonic District. We have Right Worshipful C. John Lashley, our Grand Instructor. Thank you for coming this evening. Right Worshipful Jonathan Dershowitz, Secretary to the Grand Master. Welcome. Right Worshipful Howard J. Stevenson, Senior Grand Deacon. Welcome. Right Worshipful Charles Jabardi, Grand Pursuivant. Thank you for coming. Right Worshipful Gabriel Giri, Grand Chaplain, and retired Master as of about 10 minutes. Right Worshipful David Weiss, past aide to the Grand Master and current Grand Lodge Trustee. Thank you for coming this evening. And Right Worshipful David G. Palladino Sinclair, Grand Musician, the Right Worshipful Grand Piper. Thank you. We have a busy program, and you didn't come here to see me speak, so I would like to invite Right Worshipful C. John Lashley, Grand Instructor, the Installing Master this evening, to come up, and for the installation team to take their stations and places. Get out. No, you can stay. It's up to you. Okay. Right Worshipful Sir, I tender you the gavel for the installation proceedings.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, Masons. Good evening. Good evening. It's good to see so many friends and family out because we rely upon you, especially the ladies of Freemasonry. Many of you, you know, your husbands are out sometimes 2-3 nights a week, some of you even more. Why are you smiling about that? Well, we cannot do it without your approval. And so it's always happy to see when you're out here, you're tacitly giving your approval, and we appreciate that. We will begin the installation process. Before I do, I would like to introduce the installing team. Reading the ancient charges this evening will be Right Worshipful Donald A.C. Black. The installing chaplain, Worshipful Brother John Richards. The installing marshal, Right Worshipful Jonathan Dershowitz. And my name is John Lashley, and I'm what I'm doing? I'm the installing master. Brethren, before a few minutes ago, Brother Cedeno was qualified according to ancient usages to be installed as Worshipful Master of the Lodge. I'm sorry? Brother Marshall, conduct Brother Cedeno, who has been elected Worshipful Master, before the altar.
Worshipful Master, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to present Trevison R. Pepper Cedeno, who has been elected Worshipful Master of this lodge.
Brother Marshall, have you carefully examined the brother, and do you find him qualified to discharge the duties of the office for which he has been elected?
Nope. Worshipful Master, I find him to be qualified and of good morals, of great skill, true and trusty, and I doubt not he will discharge his duties with fidelity and honor.
Brother Marshall, cause Brother Cedeno to kneel at the altar to take the obligation of his office. I'm not taking that with me.
Brother Cedeno, repeat after me the following obligation. I, Brother Cedeno,
I, Person Arsenal,
of my own free will and accord,
of my own free will and accord,
in the presence of Almighty God and these brethren,
in the presence of Almighty God and these brethren,
do solemnly and sincerely
do solemnly and sincerely
promise and swear
promise and swear
that I will preside over
that I will preside over
and govern in this lodge
and govern this lodge
until the close
until the close
of the ensuing Masonic year
until the close of the ensuing Masonic year,
and until the election and installation
and until the election and installation
of my successor,
of my successor,
whom I will see duly qualified
whom I will see duly qualified
and installed,
and installed,
And at the same time,
and at the same time
and at the same time
transmit to him
transmit to him
the warrant
the warrant
and all other property of the lodge
and all other property of the lodge
committed to my care.
committed to my care.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I will not open or close the lodge
I will not open or close the lodge
without giving the whole
without giving a whole
or a suitable part
or a suitable part
of the lecture appropriate thereto,
of the lecture appropriate thereto,
or causing the same to be done.
or causing the same to be done.
Furthermore, I will answer the summons and obey the orders
I will answer the summons and obey the orders
of the most worshipful Grand Master.
of the most worshipful Grand Master,
I will attend with my jewel of office
and will attend with my jewel of office
all regular and emergent communications
all regular and urgent communications
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge,
of the most worshipful Grand Master,
whenever officially notified.
whenever officially notified.
So to do.
So to do.
Furthermore, I will dispense Masonic light and knowledge to the brethren,
I will dispense Masonic light and knowledge to the brethren,
and require from them
and require from them
a careful observance
a careful observance
of the rules and regulations of the fraternity,
of the rules and regulations of the fraternity,
the preservation of the
the
landmarks,
preservation of the landmarks,
traditions and symbolisms of Freemasonry,
traditions and symbolisms of Freemasonry,
and a strict
and
obedience
a strict obedience
to the bylaws of this lodge,
to the bylaws of this lodge,
together with the Constitution,
together with the Constitution,
bylaws and regulations
bylaws and regulations
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge of the state of New Jersey,
of the most worshipful Grand Lodge of the state of New Jersey,
carefully avoiding
carefully avoiding
in the discharge of these
in the
duties
discharge of these duties
haughty demeanor
haughty demeanor
and, if possible,
and, if possible,
arbitrary ruling.
arbitrary rulings.
So help me God,
So help me God,
and keep me
and
steadfast
keep me steadfast
in the due performance of the same.
in the due performance of the same.
Brethren, let us invoke the blessing of deity.
Almighty Father, author of life, we reverently implore thy blessing upon the brother now suppliant before thee, who has been chosen to preside over and govern this lodge, and to whom we are to look for the faithful discharge of its affairs, under thy divine guidance, for the radiance of Masonic light. Fill his heart, we pray thee, with thy fear, that all his judgments and actions may tend to promote thy glory and our advancement in knowledge and virtue. Animate his heart with thy spirit, strengthen his endeavors to fulfill thy commandments, especially in that which pertains to his relations with us. And by the holy light shed upon him, and upon this fraternity, which has ever been an object of thy paternal care, may we be guided day by day in our path of duty, to observe more closely the tenets of our profession, and to do thy holy will, to the end that this lodge and those who oppose it shall by example and precept encourage all who behold them to strive for a higher and holier life. Amen.
You have been elevated by the suffrages of your brethren to the proud and responsible position of a ruler over the crowd. And while you may be justified in feeling some degree of personal pride, it may not be improper to remind you that it was crucial as this voluntary action on the part of your brethren betokens their confidence in your judgment and integrity. It claims at your hands the most careful, impartial, and conscientious discharge of the duties of your office. You should remember that the great authority which you are about to exercise springs only from the body of masonry and that you owe it to those who say it is your utmost efforts to preserve peace, love, and unity among them.
Brother Cedeno, I congratulate you upon your election as worshipful master of this lodge, and it will afford me great pleasure to invest you with the authority and the insignia of your office. Previous to your investiture, however, it is necessary that you signify your assent to those ancient charges and regulations which point out the duty of the master of a lodge. The ancient charge will be read from Red Watchful Black.
You agree to be a good man, true and strictly to obey the moral laws. You agree to be peaceful citizens and cheerfully to conform to the laws of the country in which you preside. You promise to be concerned in plots or conspiracies against the government, but patiently to submit to decisions of the Supreme Legislature. You agree to pay proper respect to the civil magistrate, to work diligently, live creditably, and act honorably by all men. You agree to hold in veneration the original rulers and patrons of the Freemasonry and the stations that they submitted, and the awards and resolutions of your brethren when convened. In every case consistent with these constitutions of the fraternity, you agree to avoid private piques and quarrels, to guard against the intemperance and excess. You agree to be cautious in your behavior, courteous to your brethren, and faithful to your lodge. Do you promise to respect genuine brethren and to countenance impostors and dissenters from the original plan of Masonry? Do you agree to the general good of the society to cultivate the social virtues and propagate the knowledge of the mystic art? Do you promise to pay homage to the Grand Master for the time being and to his officers when duly installed, and strictly to conform to every edict of the Grand Lodge or General Assembly of Masons that is subversive in the principles of the groundwork of Masonry? Do you admit that it is not power of any man or body of men to make innovations in the body of Masonry? Do you promise in regular attendance of the committees of the Grand Lodge on receiving proper notice and pay attention to all the duties of Masonry? Do you admit that the new lodge shall be formed without permission of Grand Lodge and that no countenance be given in any irregular lodge or any person successfully initiated therein, and be contrary to the ancient charge of Freemasonry? Do you admit that no person can be regularly made a Mason or admitted a member of any regular lodge without previous notice and due inquiry into his character? Do you agree that no visitor shall be received into your lodge without the examination and satisfactory evidence of his having been initiated in a regular lodge? These are the regulations of Freemasonry. And do you submit these ancient charges and promise to support these regulations as master, having done in all ages before you? I do.
Brother Cedeno, in consequence of your conformity to the charges and regulations of the fraternity, you are now to be installed master of this lodge with our full confidence in your care and in your skill and capacity to govern the same. Brother Marshall, conduct the worshipful mass elect to the east. You are now invested with the insignia of your office. And the furniture of the lodge and the implements of our profession are placed in your charge. These are emblematical of a true Masonic life and are the Holy Bible, the great light in Masonry, which guides us to all truth, directs our path to the temple of happiness, and points out the whole duty of man. The square, which teaches us to regulate our actions and harmonize our conduct with the principles of morality and virtue. The compasses, which teach us to limit our desires in every station, that rise into eminence by merit, we may live respected and die regretted. The rule which directs us to punctually observe our duty, press forward in the path of virtue, and incline neither to the right nor to the left in all our actions, to have eternity in view. The line, the emblem of moral rectitude, which teaches us to avoid dissimulation in conversation and action, and to walk in the path which leads to a blessed immortality. The book of Constitutions, which you are to search at all times, and cause to be read in your lodge, that none may pretend ignorance to the excellent precepts it enjoins. The warrant which you now receive, and by the authority of which this lodge is held, you are carefully to preserve it and duly transmit it to your successor in office. The bylaws of the lodge which you now receive, these you are to see carefully observed and faithfully executed. I present you with the gavel, the potent emblem of Masonic authority. I trust that in your hands, its mandates will not be unheeded, for it should never sound in vain. If you don't mind, I'm going to borrow it back from you. Don't worry, I'll give it back to you.
Maybe.
Brethren, behold your master. Master, behold your brother.
Republic grand honor. Worshipful Master, I present Brother Joseph Forget About It Despair, who's been elected senior warden of this lodge.
Brother Gasparo, you have been elected senior warden of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. The level demonstrates that we are descended from the same stock, partake of the same nature, and share the same hope. And though distinctions among men are necessary to preserve subordination, yet no eminence of station should make us forget that we are brethren, and that he who is placed on the lowest spoke of fortune's wheel may be entitled to our regard, because a time will come, and the wisest knows not how soon, when all distinctions but that of goodness shall cease, and death, the grand level of human greatness, reduce us to the same state. Your regular attendance at the meetings of the lodge is essentially necessary. In the absence of the master, you are to govern this lodge. In his presence, you are to assist him in the government of it. I firmly rely on your knowledge of masonry, your regards for its principle, and your attachment to the lodge for the faithful discharge of the duties of this important trust. Look well to the west.
Worshipful Master, it is, I present this guy, Petros repeat hostess to be installed.
But of us says, you have been elected junior warden of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. The plum admonishes us to walk uprightly in our several stations, to hold the scale of justice in equal poise, to observe the just medium between intemperance and pleasure, and to make our passions and prejudices coincide with the line of duty, To you is committed the superintendence of the craft during the hours of refreshment. It is, therefore, indispensably necessary that you should not only be temperate and discreet in the indulgence of your own inclinations, but that you should carefully observe that none of the craft be suffered to convert the purposes of refreshment into those of intemperance and excess. Your regular and punctual attendance is required, and I have no doubt that you would faithfully execute the duty which you owe to your present position. Look well to the south. Now, worshipful master, would you please announce the names of your appointed officers? No, you can. No? Yes, sir. Oh, our treasurer.
Worshipful Master, I present the reason our food bill is so high. It's the treasurer of this lodge. I'm so tired.
Worshipful brother boy, you have been elected treasurer of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. It is your duty to receive all monies from the hands of the secretary, given your receipt for the same. Pay them out by order of the worshipful master with the consent of the lodge, and render a just and true account of the same. I trust your regard for your own honor and for that of the fraternity will prompt you to the faithful discharge of the duties of your office. Set up. He was trying to hide. Trying to get away.
Yeah. Start making an escape out of the country.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother James. God, why did I do this again? God, why did I do this again? T. Foster. To be installed secretary.
Right, worshipful Foster, you have been elected secretary of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. If it's your duty to keep accurate minutes of the transactions of the lodge, write all things proper to be written, receive all monies due the lodge and pay them to the treasurer, taking his receipt for the same, keep your books and papers open for inspection by the proper authorities, and transmit a copy to the Grand Lodge when required. Your good inclination to masonry and to this lodge, I hope, will induce you to discharge the duties of your office with fidelity. By so doing, you will merit the esteem and appreciation of your brethren. Before we do that, then you can, worshipful master, please announce your appointed officers. Officers, when your names are called, officers, when your names are, please stand to acknowledge and be seated immediately.
As chaplain, worshipful brother Peter Rogansky. Senior deacon McIntosh Trivel. Junior deacon Kevin Ramirez. Senior master of ceremonies pro temp for Right Worship Kenny Broderick will be Johan Rojas. Junior deacon will be Right Worshipful Gabriel Aguirre. Junior master of ceremonies, sorry. Senior steward is going to be Carmine Fusco. He's not here. Pro temp will be Mark Casiglio. Okay. Junior steward is going to be distinguished white apron William Stokes. For marshal, Miguel Centron. Yes, pro temp will be Right Worshipful Jose Aliman for Joseph Hayes. For historian, Worshipful Brother Kevin Fitzgerald. And for Tyler, pro temp, Right Worshipful Chester Bohannick for Worshipful Brother Stanley Nardowitz. Okay.
Worship Master, I present the only brother in this lodge who I can't hide their gifts on the top shelf, Brother Peter Rogansky. He's the chaplain of this lodge.
Brother Rogansky, you have been appointed chaplain of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. It is your duty to aid us in those solemn services which we should constantly render to our infinite Creator, and which may, by refining our souls, strengthen our virtues, and purifying our minds, prepare us for admission into the society of those above, to share with them that happiness which is unspeakable and everlasting.
Worship Master, I present Brother McIntosh Thurwell to be installed senior deacon and Brother Kevin Ramirez to be installed junior deacon. Can I get your last whole number? I'm going to take a quick break, folks.
Brother Travell, you have been appointed senior deacon of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. It will be your duty to attend to all alarms at the inner door, receive and conduct all candidates for initiation or advancement, introduce and accommodate visiting brethren, carry orders from the worshipful master in the east to the senior warden in the west, and elsewhere about the lodge as he may direct. Brother Ramirez, you have been appointed junior deacon of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. It will be your duty to attend to all alarms at the outer door, carry messages from the senior warden in the west to the junior warden in the south, and elsewhere about the lodge as directed. Also to see that the lodge is duly tiled. Brethren, these rods, as pertaining to your office, are now entrusted to your care and are to be borne in the performance of every official duty.
Virtual Master, I present Brother Johann Rojas, pro tem for Brother Kenneth Broderick, and Brother Gabriel Aguirre to be installed Masters of Ceremonies of this law.
Brother Rojas, pro tem for Right Worshipful Broderick and Right Worshipful Aguirre. You have been appointed Masters of Ceremonies of this lodge and are now invested with the jewels of your office. The positions to which you are assigned in the lodge are very important. It will be your duty to require all candidates to give full and free assent to the prescribed interrogatories before they are admitted into the lodge, and to see that they pay the necessary fees before initiation. Your conduct should be courteous and dignified, without levity or aught else that may tend to divert the minds of the candidates from the solemnity of the important ceremonies in which they are to take part. Remember that in your company, they will receive some of their first impressions of our institution. Therefore, let prudence and discretion guide you in the performance of your duties.
Virtual Master, I present Brother Mark Consiglio, pro tem for Brother Carmine Fusco, and Brother William Stokes to be installed stewards of this lodge.
Now let's see, Consiglio, you are pro tem for Brother Fusco, and distinguished Brother Stokes, you have been appointed stewards of this lodge and are now invested with the jewels of your office. It will be your duty to assist the deacons and other officers in performing their respective duties and to make all necessary arrangements for the convenience of the brethren when assembled. Your regular and early attendance will afford the best proof of your zeal and attachment to the lodge.
Virtual Master, I present Brother Miguel Cintron to be installed Marshal of this lodge.
Brother Cintron, you have been appointed Marshal of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office. And presented with a baton as the ensign of your authority. It is your duty to make to make all necessary proclamations, to arrange all processions of the lodge, and to preserve order according to the forms prescribed. Skill and precision are essentially necessary to the proper discharge of these duties.
Worship Master, I present Brother Jose Alman, the dancing salsa king, to be installed pro tem for Brother Joseph Haynes as ordinance.
Right Worshipful Alaman Pro Tem for Brother Ames. You have been appointed historian of this lodge. What was that? Oh, organist. Oh, yeah. Oh. And are now invested with the jewel of your office. It is your duty, under the direction of the Worshipful Master, to render appropriate musical selections at such times and places as prescribed in the manual of the lodge. In the discharge of these duties, you should carefully avoid anything which might detract from the dignity of our ceremonies.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Kevin Fitzgerald to be installed historian of this lodge.
Brother Fitzgerald, you have been appointed historian of this lodge and are now invested with the jewel of your office, and are now installed as such. It is your duty to collect and preserve everything of importance pertaining to the history of this lodge, and to observe and record all events worthy of preservation. Faithfulness and accuracy are essential to the proper discharge of the duties of your office.
Worshipful Master, I present Brother Chester Bohanek, pro tem for Brother Stan Menardowitz, to be installed title of this.
Brother Mechanic, pro tem for Brother Norquist. You have been appointed chaplain, Tyler of this lodge, and are now invested with the jewel and the implement of your office. As the sword is placed in the hands of the Tyler, to enable him effectually to guard the lodge against the approach of cowens and eavesdroppers, and suffer none to pass or repass, except such as are duly qualified, and by permission of the Worshipful Master. So it should morally serve as a constant admonition to us, to set a guard over our thoughts, a watch over our lips, and the sentinel over our actions, thereby preventing the approach of every unworthy thought or deed, and preserving consciences void of offense towards God and towards man. What your master this right? The superintendents and government of the brethren who compose this lodge haven't been committed to your care. You cannot be insensible of the obligations which devolve on you as their head, nor of your responsibility for the faithful discharge of the important duties annexed to your position. The honor, reputation, and usefulness of this lodge will materially depend upon the skill and assiduity with which you manage its concerns, while the happiness of its members will be generally promoted in proportion to the zeal and ability with which you propagate the genuine principles of our institution. As a pattern of imitation, consider the great luminary of nature which, arising in the east, regularly diffuses light and lustre to all within the circle. In like manner, it is your province to spread and communicate light and instruction to the brethren of your lodge. Forcibly impress upon them the dignity and high importance of masonry, and seriously admonish them never to disgrace it. Charge them to practice out of the lodge those duties which they have been taught in it, and by amiable, discreet, and virtuous conduct, to convince mankind of the goodness of the institution, so that when a person is said to be a member of it, the world may know that he is one to whom the burdened heart may pour out its sorrows, to whom the distress may prefer its suit, whose hand is guided by justice, and whose heart is expanded by benevolence. In short, by diligent observance to the bylaws of the lodge, the constitutions of Freemasonry, and above all, the Holy Scriptures, which are given as the rule and guide for your faith and practice, you will be enabled to acquit yourself with honor and lay up a crown of rejoicing which shall continue when time shall be no more. Whether senior and junior wardens, you are too well acquainted with the principles of Freemasonry to warrant the suspicion that you will be found wanting in the discharge of your respective duties. Suffice it to say that what you have seen praiseworthy in others, you should carefully imitate, and what in them may have appeared defective, you should in yourselves amend. You should be examples of good order and regularity, for it is only by a due regard to the laws in your own conduct that you can expect obedience to them from others. You are assiduously to assist the master in the discharge of his trust, diffusing light and imparting knowledge to all whom he shall place under your care. In the absence of the master, you are to succeed to higher duties. Your acquirements must, therefore, be such that the craft may never suffer for the want of proper instruction. From the spirit which you have hitherto evinced, I entertain no doubt that your future conduct will be such as to merit the approbation of your brethren and ensure the testimony of a good conscience. Would all the Masons please rise? Brethren of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge, such is the nature of our Constitution that as some of us must of necessity rule and teach, so others must, of course, learn to submit and obey. Humility in both is an essential duty. The officers who are to govern your lodge are sufficiently conversant with the rules of propriety and the laws of our institution to avoid exceeding the powers with which they are entrusted, and you are of too generous disposition to envy their preferment. I, therefore, trust that you will have but one aim, to please one another and unite in the grand design of being happy and communicating happiness. Finally, my brethren, as this lodge has been formed and perfected in so much unanimity and concord, so may it long continue. May you long enjoy every satisfaction and delight which this interested friendship can afford. May kindness and brotherly affection distinguish your conduct as men and as Masons. Within your peaceful walls, may your children's children celebrate with joy and gratitude the annual recurrence of this auspicious solemnity, and may the tenets of our profession be transmitted through this lodge, pure and unimpaired, from generation to generation.
In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge, of the most ancient and honorable society of free and accepted Masons for the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed and in their proper stations and places. Brethren, the public grand honors. In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge of the most ancient and honorable society of free and accepted Masons for the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed and in their proper stations and places. Brethren, the public grand honors. In the name and by the authority of the Grand Lodge of the most ancient and honorable society of free and accepted Masons for the state of New Jersey, I proclaim the officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 duly installed and in their proper stations and places. Brethren, the public grand honors.
If you're able to, would you please rise?
Almighty Father, author of life, we praise thee for that wise providence which makes mutual dependence among men a source of security and happiness, and prompts them to associate themselves together in good works, which, when directed by thee and beneficial to them, are promoted with thy glory. We thank thee, therefore, for every institution founded for the purpose of social or moral elevation, and for the exercise of human charity and benevolence, and especially for the great brotherhood of Freemasons, as members of which we are now assembled before thee. Thou hast been our aid and our protector in the important work we have just completed. Sanctify it, therefore, to the accomplishment of thy holy will. Strengthen and sustain the hearts and the hands of all who gather here in thy name. Enlist them in thy service. May all their offerings be acceptable unto thee. We thank thee for the ceremonies of occasion afford stronger inducements, and lay us under renewed obligations to the practice of virtue and morality, and a more zealous and faithful observance of thy holy precepts. Help us all to keep this faith, to walk in the light of thy law, and to do thy commandments. Inspire us with a greater reverence for thee, a greater love for one another, and a more steadfast resolution to persevere in every virtuous pursuit. And while the solemnities of our hour increase our veneration for the ancient fraternity which we honor and love, may they more strongly tend to the refinement of our souls, and the turning of desires on thee, in whom the fullness of joy forever. Amen.
So be. Worshipful Master, as promised, I told you I didn't want it. I return the gavel to you. And again, I would caution you to use it wisely, use it judiciously, and use it sparingly. Congratulations on behalf of the installing team. We offer congratulations and our commitment to assisting you. Of course, I'm a member of this lot, so you need me for anything, don't hesitate. Congratulations.
Good evening, all right worshipfuls, worshipful brothers, brethren all, family, friends. I'd like to thank you all for coming. So I'm not one to write speeches because I tend to ramble and go as the verbiage takes me, but I was advised to not do that tonight by someone who advised I may sleep outside with the dogs if I do. So first of all, I'd like to thank you all for attending tonight for this evening to this special occasion as we celebrate the installation of a new line in Theodore Roosevelt. This is not a night Just for me, this is a night for the lodge. As the lodge continues to grow and develop and make history, as we have recently merged, our numbers changed, and we just want to keep the lodge alive and very vibrant in the community as we move forward. I'd like to thank, of course, all the special people in my life, starting with, of course, my wife, who I would literally say I would not be here if it was not for her. She is the one that put me on this journey. She told me to make the outreach, to which I did, and got in contact with the gentle giant, Right Worshipful Dershowitz, who told me to come, and the rest is history. I've met most of you from travels, and again, you guys are my brothers. Love you to death. So, as you guys know, I'm always all over, so that makes it great. So yeah. So as I said, I tend to veer off. Yes, and as I stated, this is not just for me. I would like all the worship brothers to, or right worshippers and worship brothers to please stand. Yes, go. All right. I stand here tonight as being installed worship master on your shoulders. You have set the path, set the expectations for what is needed to be a worship master, and now I've been put into this place, and now it's for me to execute the examples that you all have put in place, and I thank you. With that being said, I don't want to take too much time because I know some people are hungry. Dinner is definitely going to be after, and we do have a couple more protocols to go through. As I stated, my wife is the one that started me on this journey, so I'd like to have the marshal please escort my wife to the front of the altar.
Come down.
Oh, So anyone that knows my wife knows that, and this is something she would say, I don't want no stinking flowers. So normally we give flowers in most of the installations, but I knew better. I did the other things that she would appreciate and enjoy. And again, kick me out of the dogs. Okay, thank you. Yes, I don't know.
So while I love to receive gifts, I also like to present gifts. So, husband, inside joke, I am honored to present you with your hat and gavel for your Masonic year. I have watched you with dedication and humility to come to this point. So, with that said, your big hat. Again, inside joke. May this hat bring you courage, strength, and dedication to this lodge. Gosh, I'll put it up. No. Your gavel. So if you guys don't know, my husband is Trinidadian and he loves his culture. So I'm going to turn this way. That is his gavel with his national colors, red, white, and black. So, Trevor Cincinnati, I am proud to present you with your gavel.
And as stated earlier by Right Worshipful Lashley, most wives are, when we join Masonry, we say that we'll be out 1 to 2 nights a week. My wife, 1 to 2 times a week, asks me, "Don't you have lodge tonight?" So I have probably one of the rare wives that actually wants me to be out and wants me to travel.
We're gonna leave that
So I figured I'll put that point out. So when you do see me out, quite a few, just know that she's definitely not missing me. She wants me away. Right. If I could please have the installing team come to front of the altar. Well, to the east.
It's okay, you only
have
have
to
to
yeah.
jump.
So literally on my way driving earlier on today, I realized that I shall name my installing team 3 Johns and a Don.
Yeah, right?
This is Chaplain. Your bag beside the wants to not work with. And three of each charges. Yes, the one dollar. So 3 dollars. I appreciate you all. All right, I think that is all. Marshall, can I please have you escort 3/4 of my kids to the altar? Yes. Unfortunately, my oldest was not able to attend, and my middle one, did come in for this occasion. I was advised you have something to give or to say.
Everyone knows who knows you well, knows how hard you worked for this. Here's for future.
I appreciate you. All great kids. All great kids. All very smart, dedicated, focused. They don't get in trouble. They don't give any trouble. So you can't say, but just great kids. It's like you want to give a little bit of trouble so you can get mad at them, but they did everything that I didn't do when I was growing up. Thank you. What's your present facilitation now? Yeah. All right. At this point, I will open up the floor for any facilitations and greetings.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the Brothers of Mount St. Lodge, I'd like to congratulate you on a wonderful installation. And if you're here in the East, should you need us for anything, I'll put a phone call away or a click of your phone on our Worshipful Master's app.
Yeah, it's you. Worshipful Master, congratulations. On behalf of Mount Zion Lodge number 135 and the Spice Rack. We're here to support you.
Fred?
Took my line.
Yeah. Fred?
Worshipful Master, on behalf of all the officers and brethren of Lafayette Lodge, we congratulate you on your rise to the east. Next Friday, we're having our installation. Brother Bingo will be installed as Worshipful Master. Hope you can all join us. Thank you.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of officers of Loyalty Lodge number 33 and myself, I congratulate you and I wish you the best for next year.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of all brethren at Atlas Pythagoras, we congratulate you and your officers. We wish you well and a very successful year.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the brethren and officers, both sitting and incoming of Jerusalem Lodge number 26, we wish you congratulations and best of luck in the next year.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of Mount Holly Lodge number 14, three and accepted Masons, congratulations on your year, and we wish you luck. If you need anything, don't come call in.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of Inspiritus Lodge and our Worshipful Master, Right Worshipful Ray Ortiz, we extend our fraternal greetings. We also offer our most sincere congratulations to you and the entire officer line. And as incoming master, should you need us, don't hesitate to give me a call. And may the great architect assist you in all of your labors next year. And may peace, harmony, and brotherly love attend with you in all your undertakings.
Worshipful Master, congratulations on your ascent to the East. It's a pleasure to see your journey from the day you called me and told me that you put your petition in to see you now ascend to the East. So it's a joy in my heart, brother. On behalf of Harvard Manual Lodge number 588, Grand Lodge State of New York, congratulations to you and your entire line, my brother.
Worshipful Master, to echo the sentiment of my current worshipful, congratulations, my brother. You know, you've been by my side when I was sitting in your spot. It's just an honor to be here, man. I was so anxious, I didn't know where. I called last Saturday thinking it was last Saturday. Just anxious to be here, man. Words can't fathom how I feel. Thank you so much, worshipful. Congratulations.
Worshipful Master, such an honor and a privilege to be able to call you that and to see you in the chair. On behalf of the officers and brethren of Enterprise Lodge number 31 of that Spiritual Science District, I congratulate you and your officers, and I congratulate the installing team on the excellent installation. We've been talking about this for a long time, my brother, and I'm so proud of you, and you already know, anything you need from me, I'm always here. We're going to do this year together. We're going to do it right. So I congratulate you, Worshipful.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the members of New Jersey Tournament number 3, Ancient Egyptian Order of SIAS, congratulations to you and your officers. Our motto is Boost Masonry, and if there's anything you need, we're here.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of Historic Catholic Lodge and Worshipful Brother Theron Hopkins, our Worshipful Master, I would like to extend our congratulations to your ascent to the East. Also want to congratulate all your line, but I just wanted to highlight one thing. At the beginning of our Masonic journey with my line brother, one of the first lodges that we've been traveling to is Calvert, and you're one of the first brothers that we've spoken to. So all little things make a difference. So we are just one phone call away. So if you need anything from us, or any assistance, please feel free to call us. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, Grandman.
On behalf of the trustees of the Grand Lodge of New Jersey, congratulate the installing team, yourself, all your officers. We're looking forward to your year, and you can do the training report.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of St. Stephen's Lodge's Worshipful Master Anthony Conrad and its installed officers, congratulations to your election and installation into the East, and to your officers. Theodore Roosevelt ever needs help from St. Stephen's, we will gladly return the favor from so many years ago. Thank you.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the Grand Royal Lodge Chapter of the state of New Jersey, we'd like to congratulate you on your ascension to the East. You look good up there, my brother. Congratulations to you. Thank you for allowing me to share this special day for you. And you know what, it was on a personal note, the installation team did a fantastic job. Thank you for everything.
Worshipful Master, on behalf of the most puissant Grand Council of Royal and Select Masters of the state of New Jersey, and most illustrious Darrell Slimmer, Grand Master, we congratulate you on your ascension to the Oriental Chair. If there is anything or assistance you need from any of the upright bodies, know we are here to assist, and again, congratulations.
Hold on. Worshipful Master. On behalf of the Grand Commandery of Knights Templar of the state of New Jersey, I bring you chivalric greetings and congratulations. On behalf of the cousins of the Knight Masons of the state of New Jersey, congratulations. On behalf of the Masonic Kilties of the state of New Jersey, congratulations. And on behalf of Milltown Palestine Lodge, number 294, my officers and my brethren, we congratulate you. And finally, I have 3 highest titles that I am in honor of being: a husband, a father, and a brother. I will always echo those sentiments, and I thank you for such a great evening. The installation team, wonderful. Congratulations to the officers of the lodge, and I look forward to seeing such wonderful things come from Teddy Roosevelt. Congratulations.
Worshipful Master, District Deputy Grand Master. Worshipful Master, on behalf of the companions of Lafayette Chapter number 27, which you are a companion as well, we extend our congratulations to you, your appointed line, your elected officers, and I must say that this was an excellent installation. Being a member of Roosevelt Lodge myself, I would have expected nothing less. Congratulations, Worshipful Master.
Worshipful Master, to echo the fine words of my brother, incoming high priest, except that I'm from Corinthian chapter number 57, Royal Archmasons. We wish you well. My installation is an open installation of a 12, so if anybody has never seen the inside of the Royal Arch chapter, please let us know that you're coming. Thank you.
Worshipful Master, like you, I gotta read this. I just wrote it this morning. Worshipful Master, as your senior warden, I hope I can speak for all of your officers. Congratulations on ascending to the East. We look forward to a year of your leadership, mentorship, friendship, and a successful Masonic year. Also, I can't promise, but I will try not to call you a wordable this year.
Okay, any other greetings? Okay, seeing none, we shall proceed. So, what's next?
Presentations for Gabe.
Yes.
You should do my presentation.
All right. So bear me 1 minute. I have to disappear. I have to go put on my bat suit. Save the world.
You parked out back.
I escaped.
He escaped already.
So, as tradition, we get the outgoing worshipful master a gift, and per his request, it has been obtained and delivered. Can I please have Right Worshipful Gabriel Igeri approach the east? So, as outgoing master, you advised me what you wanted, more so, I would say needed. Since you have been a Mason, most longer than probably half of you here, and in our Right Worshipful, I'd like to present you with your apron case from the brothers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge. I hope you get to fill it with many more regalia and aprons as you continue your Masonic journey. Again, thank you for all you've done this year, and I look forward to working and learning from you as I have to learn this chair and learn how to wrangle these brethren, as I call wet cats. Thank you, Worship.
What happened to the small unmarked bills?
The monopoly money is in there as requested. All right. Well, now that we have completed all the prompt and circumstance, lastly, I would like to tender the gavel of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge to the District Deputy Grand Master to wield as you see fit.
Thank you. Thank you, Worshipful Master. How's that sound? Good evening, brethren.
Good evening.
I bring you the warm fraternal greetings of Most Worshipful Omar S. Morris, Grand Master of Masons of the state of New Jersey. He is traveling avidly this season for installations and cannot be with us tonight, but sends his warm regards. I have the distinct honor of standing between you and dinner, so I will be brief. The best thing about having a lodge where you've had a president and the lodge is named after him is that he's filled with inspirational quotes. And I'd like to tell you, Worshipful Master, that it is hard to fail, but worse is to have never tried to succeed. You have filled this lodge with brethren who can succeed in your officer line. I look forward to working with you. I'm very proud of where you've come and how you've gotten here and where you're going to go, most certainly. I can't wait to work with you next year. And again, congratulations to you and your officer. Thank you. I just want to offer a congratulations to a phenomenal installation team. Again, Right Worshipful C. John Lashley, installing master. Thank you. Great job this evening. Appreciate that. And brethren, one of the duties and the privilege of the District Deputy Grand Master is to present the outgoing master with his hard-earned certificate of award. Before that, I would like to invite up Right Worshipful Michael S. Newberger, our past District Deputy Grand Master of the 10th District, who actually was District Deputy while Right Worshipful Gary served. So on behalf of the district, I ask you to present that to Worshipful Brother Gary. Could you please approach the
Thank you, Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master, for allowing me the privilege of presenting this to the outgoing Worshipful Master. Take your time, Gary. No, it's not. Dave, I have to tell you, as someone who has served twice as Worshipful Master, I found the hardest thing was to do it a second time with the same zeal and passion as I had done it the first time. And there's no question you approached it the second time with the same love and passion and zeal and energy. And with that, it gives me a great honor to present to you your past master certificate, which reads, the Grand Lodge, Most Ancient and Honorable Society of Free Accepted Masons for the State of New Jersey, Certificate of Service. To all to whom these presents shall come, greetings. Know ye that Gabriel Aguirre served as Worshipful Master of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 during the year 2025. This certificate is presented in grateful acknowledgement of his service to his lodge, to the Grand Master, and to the Grand Lodge. The witness whereof I have set my hand and affixed my seal
Most Worshipful Omar S. Morris, Grand Master, Most Worshipful J.G. Markov, past Grand Master, and Most Worshipful Larry S. Plastic, Grand Secretary. Congratulations, sir. Any parting words you care to share with the brethren?
The bar is high, keep it there.
All right, brethren, with that, again, a sincere congratulations. It is great to see the lodge full with friends and family this evening. Our next installation will be next week on Friday at Lafayette Lodge, and the Grand Master will be attending that, followed by Mount Zion on Saturday. I look forward to seeing everybody out there and keep traveling. I wish you all a happy, safe, and healthy holiday season and New Year. And you heard one line this evening, that the one aim that this lodge has is to please one another and unite in the grand design of being happy and communicating happiness. And I wish nothing but that for this lodge and your future. Thank you. Brethren, please give your attention to Right Worshipful Aguirre, Grand Chaplain, who will lead us in our closing devotions.
Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to meet this evening and begin our swing Masonic year with the great, wonderful installation that we had. God be officers of Theodore Roosevelt Lodge so that they can continue the great work of this lodge, to continue to impact the community, to continue growing their family, and to continue doing the work that you have got before us. It's been an honor and privilege to be in this lodge, but more importantly, the fact that we have grown into a bigger, loving family. We thank you for all the gifts you have given us. With that being said, I thank you personally for the wonderful experience you have given me this year. And I hope all the brothers of this lodge and our surrounding lodges enjoy the ensuing Masonic year as well. We ask this in your holy name.
By virtues of a dispensation granted to me by Most Worshipful Omar S. Morris, Grand Master of Masons of the State of New Jersey, I declare the installation for Theodore Roosevelt Lodge number 22 of free and accepted Masons closed. Brother Senior Deacon.
Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master.
Disarrange the altar. God bless America, land that I know. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Right Worshipful District Deputy Grand Master, your order is obeyed.
It is well. Brethren, again, everybody please travel safe. Officers of the lodge, please stay upstairs for photos afterwards and allow our guests to eat first. Again, Worshipful Master, congratulations. Lodge is closed.